Everybody's having a good, hoping everybody is having a good Sunday, sunny day. I said Sunday, sunny day after some of that rain was upon us. And hopefully some of y'all get some time off here soon. Thank y'all all for jumping in. It's good to see you all in our virtual July general meeting on the first day of July. No hate, but the best month of the year. The Leos. I don't know if we got Leos in the. Okay, yes, I see Liz, fellow Leo. I see another Leo. Okay, there we go. I know it's there's other companion uh you know zodiac signs, but I just wanted to say good to see everybody. We got a pretty packed agenda, so I'm gonna ask everybody jumping into the room today to please do what you always do and put your information in the chat. We want to know who you are, who you represent. And certainly, if you're not presenting today and you still have opportunities, we use the chat to drop those in. So please feel free to do that at your leisure. And as folks keep coming in, I want to get us started with some of the things that are announcements that I'm hoping you all are tuning into by way of our communications over email and social media and what have you. But at the end of July, which is, I think, our third or fourth annual family barbecue, we will be again together in unity on July 25th. Would really like to see more families and certainly all you that attend the NAMAC meetings. This is a kid-friendly event, so if you can so make it, please come and support the roast and toast of Nate McCoy for his birthday on July 26th, or come and hang out with the team and have a good time because we will have a good time from 1 to 4. So just really would love to see you all there. Please do come and represent. It's a free event. We don't charge for the event. The only thing we're starting to do this year because the numbers keep growing is starting some sponsorships just to really support the food because we have growing numbers and we've already got one taker. And if we've got other partners or members tuning in that would love to support the event, please do. You should have all that information, but Orland's going to drop it in the chat again for you all. But definitely want to thank Sant, who jumped in very quick to be one of our signature sponsors of the event. We thank you if you're on, Sant, for that contribution. We really appreciate it. One of the other things we're doing because Orlin on our team's talents are so great, especially around design, we are bringing back our tie-dye NAMAC custom built and designed t-shirts that we had from a couple years back that a lot of members and partners wanted. And so we are bringing that back. And if you have not noticed, we are doing some pre-sales online and certainly want to get an email from you if you don't see those links for pre-sales. Please email either Orlin or Abby. They will make sure you get the information. If for some reason you don't see it, it will be in the chat as well. But we want to make sure if you are interested in buying t-shirts, please do because we want to be on brand as best as we can for that event. But yes, you will see that we are now selling merch, as my son would call it. And again, we are selling it pretty much at cost. So we're not trying to really make money off of t-shirt sales, but we want to make sure that you all are branded well as part of the NAMAC family for that day and every day throughout the year. You might wear that t-shirt. Um, so with that said, I want to keep us moving. And next on the agenda, we want to make sure. Oh, and for sponsorships, if you don't see the info, you can also email Cinnamon. I would I would say probably Orlin or Abby too, but Cinnamon is the kind of main contact for sponsorship. Uh, we also want to make sure that folks are aware, and this is probably my most exciting announcement because I know you all are very busy and running a lot, members and partners. We are trying to find the best ways to communicate with you all that does not overload your inboxes and emails because we know all of you got a million emails hitting your inbox, but we are going to start a texting system which I have with my dentist. I have with a whole lot of different people who know I'm very busy and probably don't get up on my email as timely as I'd like to know what's going on. So we have decided to use a SMS system to text you all. We did not beta test this for the general meeting, but you will start getting some texts. And we want some feedback on if that's a great way to reach you quickly, because we know these little devices control y'all's life, certainly my kids. And we just want to make sure that we can catch you in the most efficient way we can. So be on the lookout for that, because that is a very important tool for us moving forward, to just make sure you're getting reminders if you signed up for events or general meetings and might have forgot. We're going to make sure you don't forget. And so again, we just want to see you all sharing the best ways to communicate with you all without always overloading your emails or relying on you to go on social media. If you're like me, who does not do it a ton, I just want to make sure we can reach you. So the team has found a great texting system that we want to use. So wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that for event reminders and upcoming things before the end of the year. All right. And then I would also mention that, oh, we are still looking for some volunteers for the family barbecue. Don't want to, overly tax anybody on a Saturday to be volunteering, but if you're interested, it's going to be light volunteering, probably some kid activities and other things that we might have that we might ask folks in our NAMAC family if you'd like to volunteer for a little bit and help us. The folks to talk to, because it ain't Mr. McCoy, would be either, I would say, Abby, or go to our events at namac-oregon.org email, because we're always looking for volunteers. So this isn't just for the family barbecue, but if you're somebody who loves to volunteer and help out, because we know many of you do, please do let us know if for ongoing events, if you're there, you'd be willing to help support us if we need you.
What's the date on the picnic barbecue?
The barbecue is on the July 25th, Mr. Von Ray.
Okay, I'll volunteer.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we know how to find you. So the team will make sure that we follow up with you. But thank you for jumping in, and I'm sure you got another colleague with you and Mr. Zion that might help out too.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
so yes, thank you for your willingness to help, Von Ray. We'll definitely take you up on that. Um, Thank you for that. And then others, again, you don't have to unmute yourself, but in the chat or send us a quick email at events@namac-Oregon.org, and we will certainly use you. All right, keeping us moving. Let me look at my list. Oh, okay. And then want to also mention that the August general meeting is in person. That will be the first Wednesday in August, the 5th. Partners and members, we're always looking for more presenters. Thank you for this month, because we had two presenters about a week and a half ago, and it ended up being five. So please let us know early, because we don't want to overly pack agendas, because it will definitely take us over time if we do that. But we want to make sure in person that we got a good count for presenters as well as attendees, so that we know how to properly make enough food available for everybody. So if you're interested in presenting in August, please let us know. And then there will be also the texting thing will start for that meeting as well. We also want to make sure that you are aware of the fall trade show. This one is very, very important to NAMAC, because we've traditionally done a reverse trade show, putting just our members in booths. But because we had a very successful trade show with AGC last year at the expo, we're doing it again. AGC wanted to take a year off after having 700 people attend our co-led event last year. We did not want to lose any momentum we built. So Hoffman and other folks who have always been a part of those trade shows will probably continue to help, but we may ask for some of you who are interested in being in the booth to also help us think about some of the activities. I'm thinking about Jay Dunn, some of the architecture firms that we have. Maybe we can get a bulldozer out from Raimore, whatever it might be. We want to draw some of you in so that we can make sure there's some good activities for young folks and community to come to, and not just what we market in the booth. So some activities might be a thing. So again, just
Oh,
want y'all to know that the fall trade show
hello.
um, will be coming, and the date will be October 14th. So I just want to make sure, and I think we're
Hello,
on.
hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, was somebody trying to talk? Okay, can we mute Adam? I know there's some folks coming in a little bit late. But yes, trade show October 14th. Please email us or look into the chat if you're interested in getting a booth. These are at a very heavily reduced rate. Certainly want to make sure partners know that you're very much welcome to be in booths with the members. We want to make this big and have a lot of our agencies and private sector and community participate. And we will be at the DoubleTree Hotel across the street from Lloyd Center. We were just at an event there that had a ton of space in it, and we think this would be a good location for our fall trade show. So, come one, come all. We do have limited space, so that come one, come all means hurry up and come on if you're gonna come. Or if you just want to participate and show up, absolutely, please do that as well. All right. Let me see. We are almost down the list. I want to mention some of the new NAMC members that we have. I'm going to read their names off. If you're in the room, maybe at the end you can formally introduce yourself, but I want to shout out to Cityscape Renovation and Restoration LLC and Rock River LLC. And then also with that, I want to mention that we have a great, robust list of agenda presenters today, and I want to name them off. And I think the order is the same way I will read them off, but want to thank both Ashley Henry at Raymore for being a presenter today, Alex Coleman of LMC, Lewis uh, Papsdorf with Colas Hoffman Construction, and Lisa Messberg with Skanska. And then last but not least, Elsla uh, Killam of ODOT, and I think I saw her in the room. Those folks will round out our presenters for the day, and if we have a little time at the back end, we want to allow folks that have any quick announcements to have the floor. So be ready towards the end if you have any announcements, and if you can't wait, please put them in the chat because we want to make sure as we record this meeting, other members who couldn't be here or partners can get that information when they get the recording in their inbox. And then outside of that, I think we're ready to get the party started. Team, real quick, I'm going to scan. Did I miss anything that might have been something we should have mentioned? Just scanning real quick. Okay, I see Abby saying no. All right, makes me feel really good. All right, so with that said, if Ashley Von Ray, I know you're here, but I don't know if Ashley is here with you. We'd love y'all to kick us off with our first presentation. Oh, I see Ashley there. Yes.
Oh, right here, Nate.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
there you go.
Give me give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Hold on. I was gonna be on the spot so soon. Uh, Okay. Okay. So am I am I sharing? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Um, so
Yep.
I just wanted to come on today to just give everybody a couple of updates on the I-5 Rose Quarter project. So we have some exciting updates, and then we have some other project updates that I think are going to be critical for people just in their everyday life. Um, so, okay. So just a quick overview of the project. This is the area that is, for anybody that doesn't know, the I-5 Rose Quarter project, which I think most people do know about, is ultimately a very large project that, due to funding purposes, we have been piecing it together. We are currently underway for phase 1A, which is a very, very small portion of the project. And we have recently been received funding for phase 1B. So that's exciting. And it's kind of all along this I-5 corridor area right here that's highlighted in red. So there's highway work on it, there's bridge retrofit, seismic upgrades, and then there's streetscape that goes underneath and adjacent to the project. The overall project eventually, once we get the proper funding, we'll have neighborhood improvements all around this area in the Rose Quarter corridor. It will have freeway expansion. It will have streetscape upgrades. It'll have a bunch of seismic upgrades for the bridge. And then we will ultimately build a cap on top of the freeway, creating real estate for future development. So as of right now, we've been working on the upgrades for the first area, which is right behind the convention center between Lloyd and Oregon. And then we've also been working on some widening. So if you've been driving down the I-5 lately, you would probably see construction on either side. So we're working on some of the widening for the freeway. And we are getting ready for the placement of the new sign bridge, which is really exciting. That's Agami Construction is performing that work. So that's a great highlight for the project. And then also up a little bit north, they've been doing a lot of underground and stormwater improvements, and that's just bucket too. So it's progressing. And the project for phase 1A is now set to be completed early 2027. On the heels of that, which is really exciting, is phase 1B coming. And like I said, we have gained funding for that, and that we are currently at the 90% design. And so in the future, next time I'm here in a couple months, I'll be giving you guys a list of all the subcontracting packages that were coming and the pricing requests that are out there. We have not selected any subcontractors at this point. So I know we're at 90%, but I do want to highlight to everybody that those packages have not been awarded. So our next meeting here, either in August or September, will really be for the outreach and then for the updated request for that. So we will have a lot more opportunities on the project. What I did want to talk about today for the main part is some of the impacts that the phase 1A is going to be having on everybody. So the first, I know that traffic has been a little bit more because we've had some closures, and like lane closures and side street closures, but we have a couple of major closures coming up that I wanted to highlight and just make sure that everybody is aware of. So the first one is on Saturday, July 11th from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. on Sunday. We are going to be closing I-5 all lanes in both directions. This is on a weekend, so it is a Saturday night into Sunday. We will have a lot of detour signs up. There's detour routes around. There's a lot more information on the website, but this one is for the sign bridge install. So I know there's a concert at Moda Center tonight. Hopefully it won't have too many impacts because we tried to select the best window to not have any impacts on the community, but put this in your calendar, July 11th from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. There is going to be a full I-5 closure. So the next one, I would say, is we are going to be doing some highway resurfacing on this corridor right here. So it's pretty much it's really about from Fremont to about 84, a little bit past that. So the current I-5 has suppressed its 25-year lifespan. So there's an increasing number of ruts, cracks, and potholes from heavy use. Delaying updates if we continue to delay these updates, it's really going to it's just going to push it off. We're going to have to make them at some point. So the work that we're going to be performing on this scope of work is repair and reinforce weak concrete, replace bridge joints, 4 new concrete surfacing, and then repaint the lane lines on the highway. And this is for I-5 southbound. So this is going to start on September 11th, and it is going to be a closure on I-5 southbound from this point, essentially right up here at Greeley, all the way down to right past the Burnside Bridge. The current closure is for 5 weeks. And so I know that a lot of people are going to be kind of freaking out, and some people might have already heard about this, but I just wanted to make sure that we took the time to come here and present it to everybody. There and so any suppliers, any subcontractors, any contractors, anybody working in this corridor, I would really, really urge you to start looking at alternate routes now, alternate times that you could work that are outside of rush hour traffic. Just really make sure that you're taking the time and planning anything we can do to support it, because I do know the impact that this has on people, especially businesses along this corridor, are going to be that's going to be very impactful. So we have a lot more information on the website about alternate routes and different ways you can go around this area. But like I said, from September 11th to for approximately 5 weeks, we're going to be closing I-5 southbound from
Go
from
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
approximately Greeley Avenue. So it's kind of up there by Fremont Bridge to right past Burnside Bridge. So we are going to be working 24/7. So I just want to highlight that there is not going to be any times that people are not working, trying to get this opened up as soon as possible. But it is going to be, like I said, it is going to be critical. And so anything we can do to support, any questions you may have, you may follow up. We have detour routes. We have as much information as can be provided, but I just wanted to highlight that for everybody on the meeting. So here, once again, if you have any questions, I-5 Rose Quarter website, email the I-5 Rose Quarter at ODOT.com, and there's also a phone number you can call directly to get any more feedback that you need. I don't like to be here to present big items like the closures, but I will leave on the note that we have a lot of packages coming up for phase 1B. So next time I'm here, it will be a lot more exciting. Thank you, guys.
Any questions? Any thoughts? All right, I'm scanning. I don't see any. I thought there would have been like a complaint box comment on, I'm trying to get my kids from point A to point B and y'all messing up my route.
Yeah,
Nah, well,
yeah. I would just highlight too, we are, as a project team, is working with the first responders for routes and different, making sure that we're coordinating with all of them, making sure it's coordinating with PPS, making sure it's coordinating with a lot of the other local communities. So we're doing a lot of outreach on this. So trying to prevent impact or trying to manage the impact as best as possible. But any other follow-up, like I said, you could just reach out here or via the website or the phone number.
no, thank you, Ashley. I mean, in all seriousness, that's great that you guys came to let us know whether we knew or did not know, because not everybody is always aware of these closures until they actually own the freeway. So again, appreciate you coming to share that information and make sure that we are aware of what's coming. Thank you, thank you. One thing I was remiss in doing before we continue the agenda, because I feel like I should have owned this. We have a new hire at NAMAC that some of you may or may not be aware of, but if you notice this bald head, good looking man named Burke Nelson in the room with us, he's our new senior policy manager. And to be very, very blunt and honest, this gentleman comes right on time because there is a lot of policy related stuff that we're doing at NAMAC. And certainly we have a great team focused on a lot of the TA and building green futures programming and PPS work. And I mean, all over the place, we're everywhere. But we were not all over the place and everywhere on policy work because it was just Mr. Nate McCoy. And so I'm just very happy to have him join in on that side. And certainly will help on some of the TA side, I think, as well. But Burke is here and just wanted him to be acknowledged in the room. You'll hear more about him. And if you know him, please welcome him. If you don't, please get a chance to meet him at some point, or he will find your email and come and find you and meet you in your space. So just somebody who's already contributing amongst all of our partnerships, including Metro and ODOT and some others. And some of y'all are going to be getting some letters pretty soon of ways that we want to work with you to effectuate the kind of change we want to see in Oregon. So just wanted to highlight him in the room, and certainly he will be available if folks want to get to know him or want to share some thoughts on any policy barriers, legislatively or even at the local level here in Portland. Um, would now ask that the LMC team, Alex Coleman, please unmute yourself and let's hear about Flatworks Affordable Housing. This is a project we were tied to at NAMAC on a lot of affordable housing projects because you probably get the emails, but glad LMC as one of our partners is here to present some of these opportunities. So you've got the floor, Alex.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nate. Everybody hear me all right?
Yes.
Great. All right. Well, this is Flatworks on your screen. It's a project we've had in pre-construction for about a year. Several of you, I think, have seen it in the past. So this is a good rendering from TVA. So we're partnered with NAMAC, Home First, and Sturgeon Development on this one. And this is a 8-story building, 143 units. No retail, some small changes that had to be made after it went out to bid, but this one has OHCS funding that's basically already in place. Is also going after PSEF dollars, and is targeted for an October start. So that runway on the financing side is pretty long, so it's out to bid now, but it is an October start. And let's see, it's out to bid currently. You can reach out to myself, Alex Coleman, or Alex Hall, who's also on the call here. Our names and emails are associated with this project in every plan center. You guys have received info from NAMAC directly. It's on Building Connected. We reach out to a lot of you folks already. Um, and I think a couple highlights. It is BOLI prevailed. So note that. We can help you all through that if you have any questions. NAMAC's here for questions as well. It is not subject, though, to workforce training or Section 3 hiring requirements. So those hurdles, if those are hindrances, there's not an issue there. And then really everything, all packages are out to bid right now. The only thing that's been selected is shoring, and it is fully designed mechanical, electrical, plumbing. So I think with that, I'm at the end of my slides. Is there any questions?
Well, I'll kick off the question. Well, actually, let me let James Faison kick off the
All
questions.
right,
Go ahead, James.
My question is, when is the closing date?
October.
October? So
Yep,
we have plenty of time.
plenty of time. Plenty of time to get the financing across the line. Numbers are due next week, though, so that's a tight timeline for
Numbers,
you all.
numbers are due next week.
Correct.
Okay. So we don't got plenty of time.
Correct. No, but that being said, if there are any questions, you want a link, you want to look at the drawings, you want to talk scopes, we're available.
Yeah, my hat's off to you guys for your participation in your company, like my great nephew.
Absolutely. Thanks, James.
Yeah,
Does he even know who you're talking about, James?
yeah, Tim Williams.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best superintendents we have.
There you go. There you go. Well, thank.
Unfortunately, he's over on Avenue Plaza. I'm sure you know that, James.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, Alex, we have another question from Arakius.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, this is Dana Broussard, and I wanted to know, will you be utilizing site security on this project?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, it'll be a requirement. We'll also have heat rate rise sensors. We'll have the whole deal to satisfy builders' risk requirements as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's keep them coming. If more folks got it. question I had of you, Alex, James kind of hit it. Like, I know y'all do great with equity and contracting, but did you by chance set a goal for this project, or is it just kind of your traditional goal? And can you state it for what you guys typically achieve on your project so that new members know that you guys are about business?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, every metro project has a 30% goal, but we typically exceed that. The margins vary depending on budget and participation. I mean, and this one at 30% is over $12 million in participation. So that's a big dollar amount, right?
Hmm.
So that's going to take, breaking up some scopes. We're not afraid of any of that. And we do a good job getting you all involved, answering questions quickly. You need some help on some takeoff. You want to get in the weeds. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Chris Warren, I see you got your hand up too.
With the timeline being so short, where are the plans and bid documents located at?
Well, building connected, every plan center, they probably came out in an email link to you as well, would be my guess. But Alex Hall can get those over to you, Chris. I think I would expect if your info's in the chat, Chris, Alex Hall on my team can grab it and just shoot you an email.
I like it.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
because we are in building connected, but I haven't seen an invite for it. So
Okay. Yeah.
Great question. And if there's others that have that same dilemma, please make sure Alex Hall in the chat knows who you are. I see Brenda with her name. I can't see the person, but go ahead and speak.
Hi, this is Brenda Castillo with JC Pro Builders. So I was looking at this project and
Yeah.
I see that this project has like everything is Equitone products, but I also noticed that you guys are wanting some cedar TNG, but I didn't see in the details where in the area is this cedar going? Is it in the inside ceiling or did I miss something? I don't know.
There is likely some in the inside.
Okay,
Brenda, I think Alex Hall can reach out to you directly on that. I don't
perfect.
believe if there's reference to cedar on the outside, I feel like that
I
may
didn't
be an
see it.
error or it's in an alcove. So Alex Hall can get with you on that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Alex, I got I guess, a private question asked that I will ask for a NAMC member.
yeah,
Will low voltage be included in electrical?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and again, I think we can connect you. Alex Hall already mentioned that in the chat. We can connect you with our electricians. We're happy to take a standalone number two, though. So feel free to submit that. If we already reached out to you on Building Connected or elsewhere, we can absolutely take those low voltage numbers direct. We like to coordinate those. They always work best if they're coordinated with the electrician. So we have all the right pathways and everything. This one is easier to break out just because it is fully designed. So um, all options available.
There you go, Mr. Franklin. Chris, I see your hand still up. Is that another question?
yeah, I just raised it.
Okay.
One last
Yep.
question.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
all good.
what scopes of work do you guys self-perform?
Um, we don't target any self-perform scopes. We have carpenters, we have painters, drywallers. We actually have an excavation arm as well, but we don't target self-perform specifically on any project. We only let's see, support trades, and we only do it for the benefit of the project, if that makes sense.
Does that clarify your question, Chris? Okay, there you go. I just want to make sure. All right. Any others? Oh, Kevin.
Just wanted to remind everyone, in our project spotlight fashion, should anyone need to have a sit down and look through the drawings as we've normally done with projects of this type, feel free to give me an email. I can always work in hand with the LMC team to just get some clarification, just like Brenda's question, which was a good one. Just to make sure that, given the time that everyone has, that you have as much information and detail as you need to get your numbers penciled in quickly.
Yeah, and I heard it sound like there's a little less compliance burden on this job, which is always a good thing for a small business. So please reach out to the team if there are no more questions. We thank you, Alex Coleman, for presenting on behalf of LMC and our overall project team on this project.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I would say even with Bully, we're happy to help folks through that. We have in-house specialists that, help through that reporting and all of that. So please don't let that be a reason you don't put a number to this.
Yeah, appreciate that comment.
Yeah.
And we certainly can help at the NAMC level as well. Boley's a partner of NAMC too. So either through you, Alex, or Kevin, or somebody on our
Yeah.
team, absolutely. If those things come up and we need to support a firm, we will absolutely do that.
Great.
Oh,
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. And remember, all slides and everything will be shared with the group after the meeting. So if you missed something, just know you will get it all after the meeting. We'll ask Lewis with Colas Hoffman to unmute himself and talk about this great Jefferson High School that we're finally building.
Yes, thank you. My name is Lewis. I am an estimator with the Colas Hoffman team, and I am back again to talk about our upcoming Jefferson High School project, a super exciting project in North Portland that I'm sure many of you guys have heard me talk about or have just kind of heard about in the news. We are scheduled to break ground on this project next month, which is super exciting. We had a groundbreaking out at the campus a couple of weeks ago that was really powerful. So I'm here to talk about the upcoming bid packages for this project. There are two of them that are the main two bid packages for the project. So there should be lots of bid opportunities for everybody who is on this call. A little bit about the project. The Jefferson High School is located in North Portland, up on Killingsworth and Alberta streets, Albina. We're doing a complete campus replacement that's going to be phased into three main phases. The first phase is replacing these ball fields down here, so a new baseball field and a new softball field. The second phase will be to demolish this existing football field and construct the new school here. And the final phase will be demolishing the existing school and building the new football stadium here. For this project, we do have participation goals from the district. They've given us a goal of 18%, but internally our goal is to hit 25% or above. Usually with Colas projects, we aim to hit 30%, and that's something that we focus on in every project. So we'd really like to at least be able to hit that 25% number here. There is workforce equity and apprenticeship requirements for any trades greater than $100,000. But if you have any questions about that, you feel free to reach out to me or anybody else on the project team, and we'll be able to help you out with figuring out how that works. We also note here that we do have liquidated damages for this project if we were to go over our schedule, but I'm not too worried about that at this point. I think that we'll be able to get this project done on time. So we have two bid packages coming up. The next one up is set to be distributed on July 17th. So you guys are getting a kind of early advance notice of this one. So this is the early work package, which is going to be all of our demo of the grandstands, kind of getting ready for the building of the school over here in the north portion of the project. So it's the demo, the civil and excavation packages. We'll also be doing the structural steel and getting ready for the theater and the roofing work. We've had a few bid packages for this project already go out to bid, but the really big bid package for this project is going to be coming out in December of 2026. And this is going to be pretty much all of the finishes in the building. So all of our division 7, 8, 9, 10, I guess, all the way up until the MEP divisions are going to be bid here in December. I'll be back at a few NAMC meetings before then to kind of talk through exactly what's included in these bid packages, but there's a whole lot of bidding opportunities for everybody. So I think it's a good one to put onto your calendars now, just so that you're ready when these packages come out in December. As I mentioned, we are about to break ground on the ball fields portion of this project here in July. And this project is going to run for just about 3.5 years with an anticipated closing in 2030. And that is really all I have for you.
What does the compliance burden look like? Are
Go
they doing
70.
workforce training, hiring? Are they doing all the bells and whistles, Lewis, or is this kind of a slight
Yes.
ease of the compliance?
No, this one has some decent compliance standards, so there will be workforce training and hiring, and there will be prevailing wages.
I knew that. I was just kind of wanting to
I
tee
appreciate
you
it.
up a little bit. Chris, go ahead.
You may not have an answer for this one, but seeing that this project's going to run till 2030 and you're going to take, at least for my scope, bids come out in December, what are you guys doing with price escalation? Obviously, since that material is not going to be needed till closer to like 2029 into 2030, how are you looking at, I don't know what the school districts, whether there's escalation costs or how do you guys,
Yeah.
are you
So
going to
we're
have a
kind of
rebid at that time?
We'll probably end up capturing escalation in a bunch of different areas. I think that PPS will carry some escalation allowance themselves. We'll carry some escalation allowance on top of our budget. And then I also would ask that you guys kind of anticipate what you roughly think the price could be like in 2030 if we aren't going to be installing your scope until that time. But yeah, I think we're with those kind of 3 levels of safety, we should be pretty safe.
Yep. I like it. Any other questions? Boy, Lewis just wowed them with everything that they were looking for. Okay, that's not a normal, but I like it. I like it. Keeps our agenda rolling. Before we pivot, though, I would like to ask Kenyatta Trice on our NAMAC team representing Presidio on the owner's rep contract we have on the PPS bond to speak about some upcoming events that are in parallel with some of these school modernization projects. So if you're with us, Kenyatta, please have the floor. I thought I saw Kenyatta coming in.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I
here.
see her.
Okay, can
Okay,
you
I
hear me
was
now?
like, I see you.
Yeah, my phone is doing something crazy. So, hello everyone. I'm Kenyatta. I'm the Senior Community Engagement Coordinator over at NAMAC. I also work with PPS and Presidio on a lot of the equity pieces of the bond projects. So on July 9th from 11 to 2, if you haven't received it or seen it already, I'll be hosting a PPS open house. It's going to be at the district office. It's going to be from 11 to 2. Every entity that has anything to do with contracting with PPS will be there. So City of Portland in regard to the workforce compliance, the CTE programs in regard to career connected activities, as well as COVID there for business equity questions or getting your business certified. We'll also have the bond project primes for each school. So Colas Hoffman will be there, Hoffman as well as Skanska. So they'll be there with their trade partners as well. So that is definitely a good opportunity to go meet folks, let them know who you are, you know who they are and who to contact and get information about what bids are coming. And that is it. And at some point, I will be working with you guys when it comes to the business equity, workforce equity, and career connected learning for you guys who do get on those contracts. That is it. Any questions?
Yes, questions.
No.
Oh, I hear maybe Ozzy's got one.
Yeah, just how I think maybe just how people do you need information from people to know how and when to participate with you? Like, is there going to be like an entry portal or some way to present themselves? They're interested in supporting or being supported?
Yeah, so thank you, Ozzy, for that segue. I do have a database that I've created where I do collect your information about your firm, what you all do, so I can have it on file for the project managers. And upcoming in August, I'll be hosting a Contractors Presents where you will have a chance to do a quick 5-6 minute presentation about your firm, what services you provide, so they'll know exactly who is available and who is there when they do have direct awards with PBS. So that'll be upcoming. And that's it. And then I can make sure I'll get the link for the database out. Thank you, Oscar.
Yes. Thank you, Kenyatta. And please look out for those. Those are other opportunities. Oh, go ahead, Kenyatta. Yep.
And one more thing. Also in August, we'll be hosting a Working with PPS info session every month. I believe it's going to be the fourth Wednesday of every month at NAMC. So make sure if you guys do have questions in regard to contracting with PPS, you'll be able to come there and see me every month.
And I think James might have a question for you, Kenyatta.
Yes.
Hey, Kenyatta. The question I have is can you put all of your information in the chat so people can write that stuff down? And what was that date again for that one, the first one?
It's going to be July 9th, which is a Thursday from 11 to 2, the PPS open house.
To 2? And what's the location?
It's going to be at the district office, 501 North of Dixon.
Okay, thank you.
And
I'll make
James,
sure I'll send it out to you as well, to the members.
Yep, and we're sending it through. I mean, I don't know if you're looking at it regularly, James, but we sending it through MailChimp and certainly blasting it everywhere we can. So you know how to find Kenyatta, even if you don't get it in your email or inbox. But we are definitely advertising it, so please share it in your networks as well.
I know you on
it. Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Kenyatta and Lewis, for that presentation of multiple opportunities at Portland Public Schools. All right. Want to hand it over to Liz at Skanska for her presentation on some OHSU work.
So I'm actually going to hand it over to John Antalik, who's our PM, but I will be here to support him. So.
All right. You got it, Big John.
All right. Are you guys seeing my screen okay?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's
Let's
see
see.
all the Brady Bunch imagery.
Oops, this is the wrong one. Give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. That looks better. Seen that one okay?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. What I'm presenting today is the upcoming build out of OHSU's new Vista Pavilion 10th floor. So this is a project that we recently completed this building in January of this year, and they just had their first patient move in April. And we've got a few shelf floors that we left vacated, and now we're under pre-construction right now to build those out as patient floors, and the 10th floor is one of those. The current project team on this is NBBJ Architects. Stantec is doing the MEP engineering, and then we have MKA on board for structural. These were all the same players as part of the original build out of the building, so we're just carrying that team forward to build out these additional floors. Right now, we've kind of got 4 main project goals associated with this one. The first one, now that's an active healthcare building, is 0 impacts to patient care and hospital operations. The good thing about the level 10 build out is we are up pretty high in the building. The nearest patient level is level 7, so we've got a few floors of buffer there in between us, which we're pretty optimistic about that. One of the key things that we're trying to achieve in this project is the target value design, collaboration, and lean construction practices. This is something that we did early on with the main build out, and we're trying to carry that forward with the same team. And we had really good collaborative efforts then, and achieved a lot of goals with that team. So we're hoping to carry that forward. We do have equity and inclusion goals on this project. We've got a 20% COBID and OMWBE certified business participation goal, in addition to workforce goals. And we are targeting a LEED Silver for this build out. Move on to the next page. So just a quick logistics for this area. So this building highlighted here in blue in the right picture is the new Vista Pavilion. It's up at OHSU's Markham Hill campus in Portland. Again, we just completed this in January of this year, so we're still have an active presence in the building, doing some added scope as well as some punch items still. OHSU has a very congested campus. There's not a ton of parking up on the hill, so we do plan on having an off-site craft worker parking location for this project, and that's something we did with the main build out as well. And we will be providing shuttle bus transportation to get up to the hill to the project site. And then right now, since it's a fully built out building, there isn't not a ton of laydown space on the exterior of the building. We will be using the loading dock for deliveries and the elevator to get up to that level. Just some quick information about the floor itself. So you can see up here in this top picture, it is the 10th floor. It is just below the 11th floor mechanical level. We are building out 32 patient rooms, and this is an exact cookie cutter model of the other patient floor build-outs that we did, which makes up levels 4 through 7 of the building. So this will increase their patient bed capacity by 32. And then right below us, I had mentioned we also have a shell space. So that is the 9th floor, which we've got some public corridor down there, but at the moment it is vacated right where we're going to be working overhead. And this picture down below is just a snapshot of how that level 10 is currently at right now. So this is what we're going in to build out. A few more project details. So currently we're in pre-construction and the design development phase. We just completed the SD phase just before the turn of the month. Right now we are out to bid for GMP trade partners, and those makes up the drywall and framing scopes, electrical, wet and dry mechanical, as well as fire protection. So we're looking to bring those trade partners on board sooner than later and help out with the remaining portion of the design phase. We are projecting to go out to lump sum bid in Q4 of this year. So that's going to be around the November timeframe. And you can see here the listing of scopes that we're going to be reaching out for these. So we do have some demolition, a little bit of demo on that floor, which we'll be going out for. Some small amount of steel, mostly supplemental, since the main building's already complete. Resilient flooring, interior painting, casework, millwork, and the rest down there. We also do have a final clean that we're going to be looking to contract for this specific floor. Again, just to recap project schedule. So design's expected to complete in late October of this year. And again, we'll be going out to bid for these packages in about the November, December timeframe. Construction expected to start early March of 2027. And right now we're forecasted a substantial completion date in October of 2028. So that's about a 19-month duration. We are still working to try and suck that back and pull it in to achieve our patient movement a little bit quicker than that. And then these pictures that I show up here, these are pictures from the 5th floor, which is what this floor is modeled off of. So this is actually what we had already built out there and are intended to do the same here. So for procurement and subcontracting, we will be sending out those bid packages in Building Connected. The best way to position yourself for that is making sure that you guys are pre-qualified with us ahead of time, and you can do that through Trade Tap, which is a part of Building Connected. And Liz Mesberg is also available to help with that process. One of the things when we go out for these bid packages, we're looking to cast a wide net and get a lot of, give people a lot of opportunities to get in there. And just having your name in that system, already pre-qualification check next to your box, and then having your current certification and scope capabilities listed out in that system will really go a long way to helping us make sure that we get that bid invitation sent out to you when we do send those out. So as part of this project, any package in excess of $100,000 is required by OHSU to be competitively bid out with at least 3 subcontractors. Again, the trade labor workforce goals that I talked about earlier are listed here. So we're looking for 30% minority for both apprentice and journeyman positions, 15% female labor for apprentice and journey positions. And then we also do have a goal of 20% apprentice and journey hours, with the state of Oregon registered apprentices. This is a prevailing wage project that will require certified payroll. And then one other thing to note is that Skanska is signatory with the laborers, carpenters, steelworkers, and cement masons. So any work that falls underneath those jurisdictions, we do require that those firms reach out to those unions and make a job-specific agreement that allows non-union craft workers to perform those if that's how you guys are approaching it. So COVID and OMWBE opportunities. So again, there's those scope packages that I showed that are going to be going out towards the very end of this year. We'll be continuing to present on those and just make everyone aware of those as it comes up. Also with the trade partners with those 5 scopes that we're going out to bid on right now, we are carrying this 20% goal. We're pushing that onto them as well. So they're going to be actively, once those selections are made, they're going to be actively seeking out ways to achieve those goals underneath their own contracts. Once those trade partners are selected, we'll be broadcasting that out as well, just so you guys have that information and are able to reach out and be proactive in trying to get some opportunities under them as well. Outside of those bid packages, we are also showcasing some opportunities for temporary construction within that building level. So in a hospital environment, we do a lot of negative air containments, which are, involve temporary walls, visqueen plastic and core ply building just to maintain, infection control requirements in the hospital. We're also going to need office cleaning, the transportation and shuttling service that I mentioned. If there's anyone out there that can provide that capability, that's something else that we're going to be looking for to go out to bid on. And then as well as security services. So the security that we're probably going to use on this project will most likely not be up in the building just because OHSU has their own security firm up here. But for the offsite parking area, that's something that we did for the previous project and we're looking to carry forward on this one as well. I think that is everything that I intended to present today. Again, here's my contact information as well as Liz's, who can definitely help with the pre-qualification and making sure your guys' firms are in our system and ready to achieve those ready to receive those bid packages when we're going out for it. Just wanted to see if anyone had any questions.
Yeah, John, I think we got Ozzy who wants to start the first question.
Sure.
Thank you, Nate. Great presentation. Appreciate it, John. I was super curious to know if either the owner was asking for or if you were intending to bring respectful workplace programs to the job site of any sort, or if you had any sort of psychological safety programs that you were going to be planning to roll out.
We haven't had a ton of discussion on that just yet, but I mean, I think that's a great topic that we could definitely bring up and see if there's a interest there in bringing that on.
Cool. Well, I'd love to follow up with you on that if that's something you'd be interested in engaging on.
Yeah. Please reach out with your contact info and we can chat some more about it.
Thanks very much.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Other questions? You had a lot of good information in that presentation, John. I'm kind of stuck myself because I always like asking something wherever there's gaps, but I think you filled it pretty well. And folks know how to reach you or Liz if they need to follow up. So again, thank you to Skanska for being a great partner and presenting some opportunities today, especially with some of our security companies. I think that's a great one that you're able to bring in some new security companies, especially on the Hill. So thank you for mentioning that as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. All right. Would love to have our friends at ODOT. Elsa, if you'd love to unmute yourself and tell us about this program that I know you've been working on and that certainly we've been wanting ODOT to have come to fruition for a long time.
Yes, thank you, Nate. I really appreciate it. And like you said, John's presentation is a tough one to follow, but I'm going to do my best. And so, yeah, my name is Elsa Kellum, and I work in the Office of Engagement and Civil Rights for ODOT. And I put my information in the chat earlier. Also, I will share that information again toward the end. My colleague Omar, who is a small business programs navigator, is also here and can answer questions if anybody wants to follow up with him. And so last year, while we were rolling out this program, the NAMC team was kind enough to let me do a lunch and learn to introduce the program. And today, just over a year later, I want to come back and share not only what the program is, but also give you an update on some early successes, who's participating in the program, and also for anybody who sticks with me for the 5 to 10 minutes, this is going to take, I have some upcoming projects to share with you. And so the Small Business Development Program was established by ODOT in response to legislation that was passed in 2023 to fulfill Oregon law, ORS 184.906. And this program is ODOT's solution to increasing prime contracting opportunities for smaller construction firms. And this one, it is Small Business Development Program, but is specifically for smaller construction firms. And we do this by identifying projects that are suitable for smaller firms to undertake as prime and qualifying the firms in this program for participation. And through the program, we're building capacity and expanding competition for state public improvement contracts. So it is a very specific type of contract. The program is race and gender neutral, meaning it's open to all small firms that qualify. And it's important to note that ODOT did not choose the race and gender neutral approach that was in the legislation. And so that's what we needed to adhere to. And I'll share more about what it takes to qualify and also the firms that are currently participating in the program in just a minute. But we have several NAMC member firms participating in this program, I'm happy to say. So when fully implemented, the program will award up to $25 million annually in prime contracts to qualified small construction firms. That's not just a win for the firms themselves that are awarded the contract. It also expands Oregon's contractor pool and strengthens competition. It also benefits communities because Oregon's transportation infrastructure will increasingly be built by a contractor pool that reflects the communities we serve. We launched the program application portal in April of 2025, and as of today, truly today, because I just qualified a firm a few hours ago, we now have 52 firms participating in the program just over a year later.
Wow.
Yes, very, very happy to reach that point, and also very appreciative for everybody who has shared the opportunity with others. And I'll have a QR code a little bit later in my presentation. I'll also share where you can find the application if this is something that's interesting to firms. So far, we have bid and awarded 4 projects. We have 4 more projects that are coming this year, including 2 in July and another 2 in October. And, so that I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and just put in chat the webpage for this program. Also, you can see the 51 firms. I haven't put the 52nd up there yet, but you can go to the link there and see the 51 firms participating and also the projects that we have coming up and the ones that we've done so far. So how does a firm qualify? There are 2 steps. The first step that's really important is that all firms in this program have to be prime pre-qualified through an existing process with ODOT. And so that is through a process, ODOT's Office of Procurement is the one that pre-qualifies firms to prime. And so that's definitely something we can share with you in chat. And then after getting prime pre-qualified, the second step you can see there is to apply to this program. And the good news is the prime pre-qualification is the heavy lift that's well worth it. I mean, it's worth mentioning that even if a firm never applied to the small business development program that I'm talking about today, still getting prime pre-qualified is well worth it because that opens up the opportunity to bid on federal and state projects with ODOT. But once a firm does pre-qualify as a prime contractor, and if they are eligible for this program, that program application just takes 10 minutes. So there are three ways to qualify. COBID, which I think most people are familiar with, is one way to qualify, but it's also important to note that certification is not required for this program. There are two other ways to qualify. A firm can qualify for this program through self-qualification, which we heard was an important option when we were developing the program, and then also being eligible for any U.S. Small Business Administration contracting program, because that was specifically called out in the legislation. That needed to be one way to qualify. So while a firm could potentially qualify across all three of these, they only need to qualify for one of these routes into the program. And so now I have lots of charts and numbers for you. Please stand by. I tried to make them, I tried to put in red the part that I think is important to see. But the majority of participating firms, 67%, qualified through existing COBID certification. And, we're really happy to see that. There are two other ways to qualify, as I just went over. And the remaining 33% of firms opted to either self-qualify or were eligible for a US SBA small business contracting program. And so that's how they qualified for the program. You may be curious about the breakdown of COBID categories or certifications of applicants choosing that qualifying route. And you can see here that 25 firms were MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, 27 firms were DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. We also have WBE, VBE, ESB, and we will be adding the new certification soon. So I think pretty good representation there. Now, lots of lines here, but the main idea is that I mentioned prime pre-qualification before, and these are the classes of work that prime pre-qualification covers when a firm applies to be a prime with ODOT. And so we're really happy that we have at least 8, if not more, firms in all of these classes of work. You can see that the most firms are prime pre-qualified in earthwork. We have 37 firms that can do earthwork. Multiple highway appurtenances, that's something that some of our curb ramp projects requires prime pre-qualification in. And then also asphalt, concrete, paving, and oiling is another one where we have many firms that have prime pre-qualified. So we're really happy to see that. As you likely know, there are many ways to define a small business. The legislation that established this program referenced the U.S. Small Business Administration. And as a result, our guidance from DOJ was that we needed to use the U.S. Small Business Administration definition of small business for the self-qualifying route. The NACE code for heavy highway and bridge construction indicates that a firm can be a small business if it's under 45 million gross receipts and under 500 employees. Now, I know that isn't how many of us would define small business. However, it is, again, what we had to work with. The good news is if you look at this chart, 34 of the firms in this program were under 10 million, and most of the firms, 44 out of 51, reported gross receipts under 20 million. And so this program is serving those that it was intended to help. This just finishes off that point. Again, firms could be up to 499 employees and possibly participate in this program. I mean, they'd have to have the gross receipts under 45 million as well. But again, we do not have firms that big in this program. We have a couple that are above 100, but 17 firms report fewer than 10 employees, and most firms, 80%, employ fewer than 50. So how do we select projects? And this is the criteria that we use. Projects can be either federal or state funded. The federal projects come from ODOT's Statewide Transportation Improvement Program, STIP. And they must be public improvements and a simple project work type requiring minimal specialized expertise. We just did rulemaking while we were not given an individual project size in the legislation. We just did some additional rulemaking and we were able to increase the project size to 5 million. And that was just approved last month by the OTC. When fully implemented, we look forward to having projects in all 5 regions across the state. So our initial projects awarded, again, we've awarded 4 so far. We had 2 in 2025. The total across those 2 projects in 2025 was 2.1 million. And one was Region 2, one was Region 1. And I'm happy to say that this year we will triple the number of projects in this program, and we'll also have 2 in Region 3. And so after this year, we will have had projects in Regions 1, 2, and 3, and then we will focus on hopefully getting 4 and 5 represented as well. But it's also nice to note that half of the projects awarded so far have gone to COVID certified firms. Well, both those were Region 2, but it's nice to see the COVID firms being awarded. And then for 2026, our construction cost estimate of projects in the program, 8.5 million across 6 projects. And I just want, before I show you those projects, which I promised you, I just want to show you the level of interest we got on that first project. And so for the ADA curb ramp project in Amity, which is currently underway, what we did as far as outreach for the Office of Engagement and Civil Rights is we sent an email to all 33 firms that were participating last August to make sure that they knew about this project and others. We made phone calls directly to those firms to make sure that they knew about this project if they were prime pre-qualified in that area. We had 28 attendees at a mandatory pre-bid, which is a pretty good turnout. 15 participating firms attended that. We had 5 responsive bids, and in the end, the contract was awarded to a WBE firm, Interlochen. So, as I promised, upcoming projects in 2026, we have 2 coming up. We have pre-bids coming up the next 2 weeks. That is something that we try to do for this program is provide a pre-bid just to support those newer primes. So one project will bid let is July 23rd, and that is OR6 illumination replacement in banks. That's an electrical project. And then we also have OR 214 curb ramps in Mount Angel coming up. And I did put the link in chat so you can go see more about the projects that are coming up for this program. We will have another couple coming up in October. And so even if your business is not in construction, we invite you to partner with us in outreach and share this program with others in your network and in your community. I'm going to show you the QR code in just a second, but in the chat, again, I put the web page, and on that web page, you can see an overview of the program eligibility. You can apply to the program. Again, only takes about 10 minutes. You can sign up for updates, see the firms that are participating currently, and those projects. Here's the QR code, just in case you want that. And I also just am happy to answer any questions if anybody has them. Yeah, so that's it. Yes, Nate.
Yeah, no, first and foremost, great presentation. Glad the program is stood up. I just want to ask 2 kind of, I guess, kind of clarifying questions. One, self-certification is still kind of scary in the minds of us who've been around a lot of fraud in the co-bid system. How are y'all ensuring that, again, a firm is who they say they are? And I know SBA is one way of looking at a firm, but do you guys do any other due diligence in-house at ODOT?
You know, it is a new program, and so that's something that we will continue to flesh out. Right now, we have 52 firms. It's I think we're pretty able to see what those firms are at this point, but it's definitely something that's important, and we will continue to be aware of.
Absolutely. And to your point, a lot of the firms I just scanned and looked at, I know a lot of them, and definitely, like you said, there's some NAMC members in there. As you guys let those projects out, and this is my last question, and others, if you got some, please raise your hand. Um, as you let out more of those projects, and I love the pre-bid ideas. I remember doing that with Region 2 years back with David Kim. I'm glad that that's a thing you're continuing. Is there a way to know 6 months out what projects are coming? Because I know ODOT tends to have a pretty long list of projects coming. Because I think what you showed is a good snapshot for getting ready to bid like right away. But I would love to see a kind of horizon forecast of pipeline, that either you or Omar could send us from time to time that just gives us maybe a leg up for like 4 months to 6 months of what's kind of coming while it's being designed. Is that doable?
Yeah, and I want to first thank you, Nate, for being an advisor on this program. You and our other advisors are exactly the reason that we are able to be at this point just 1 year later. And so thank you.
Absolutely.
And your point is well taken. We need to be looking farther out. And so last year, we just were able to identify two pilot projects and then just hit the ground running. At this point, ODOT had an unusual year, and so we had to kind of pause on looking at projects. And then once we were able to unpause, we were able to scramble and get 6 projects this year. And so while I feel really good about what ODOT has been able to do this year, getting the 6, that is absolutely what I'm working on right now. And also our team is working on is identifying those suitable projects for not only 2027, but also 2028. And my goal is to award, that full up to 25 million as soon as we are able to. But every year we're going to make more progress.
Absolutely. And you've done a great job, Elsa, with the program. So let me return those comments back to you as well. And then if there's members again, please, because I got one more that I want to ask. Normally, with great programs like this that are building capacity, you might see technical assistance dollars associated. Is there any kind of programming thoughts around that? Because, certainly somebody can get the award, but if there's like first time with ODOT and there might be struggles, do you guys have, and I know dollars are not easy to come by these days, but is there that at least mindset of like, hey, we got the program up and going, but we also want to see if there's TA dollars to support firms on projects that they're engaged in? Has that been a conversation? I know I've brought it up before, but is that even in the realm of possibility as we move forward?
And so one thing I want to note real quick in reference to your last question is that Omar dropped in chat that our 12-month letting schedule actually does have the Small Business Development Program projects indicated in blue. And so if anybody goes to that 12-month
Yes,
lookout, they'll
please
be able
go.
to see them.
Yep, please
Yeah.
go to that. Thank you, Omar.
Yes, thank you, Omar. And then Nate, such a good point. I wish we had a vast budget, but we don't. This particular program does not have a budget like that for the resources. We are providing resources and support for firms in developing bids, but we also really want to partner with industry partners such as NAMC and others to leverage the training and the resources that you make available rather than us developing all of those ourselves, especially with no budget. But we do have a resources page on the Small Business Development Program site, and Omar is here. Joe Hansling it will be back in July, and I'm here in case any firms want to reach out to us.
Okay. And just to add on to what you're saying, Elsa, we do get technical assistance resources from other partners you work with, like Port of Portland and, through Mentor Protege program and some others. And I just wanted what you just said, bring some of those regional players into what ODOT does well, which is deliver projects to the community, and those other agencies might not have the same forecast of project opportunities, but they have technical assistance dollars. So me and Burke are going to be sending some letters around just coordinating some of these things so that again, partners that may or may not talk to each other often at least know that through NAMAC we want to tie resources and these projects together. And it doesn't have to be just the ODOT bucket. So I think we're thinking broader. Let's get everybody to support projects and a continuum of work. So again, thank you. And it looked like Omar had his hand up too.
Hey, yeah, thank you, Nate. Hey, everybody. Hey, Elsa, great work. Hey, everybody. Those that don't know me, Omar Alvarado with ODOT, Department of Transportation. Sorry, my kid's out of school, so parents, you know how that goes. He was busted in here showing me his new invention. He wanted me to let everybody know he lost his first tooth today. Sorry, y'all.
Oh man, I thought he sent you to the moon. I thought he sent you to the moon if I'm looking at you.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. But like I was saying, thank you again, Elsa. But I do want to follow up real quick on those supportive services question. It's something that I'm honestly very passionate about in trying to develop something along the lines. Elsa and I have been practicing a little bit, and then my colleague Ashley Cisneros, some of you may know her over in the procurement office. But we're definitely trying to pinpoint like what trainings would be useful for firms that's within our capacity, right? I think that's like the big thing. And one thing that I know we've done in the past, but I would definitely want to maybe revamp it a little bit more, is with procurement and then some of our team here at OECR. They've done trainings on ODOT specific matters, such as ODOT specific bonding, ODOT specific risk assessment, ODOT specific billing rates, ODOT specific contract compliance, for when you're on a contract, right? We've done those. We do those like on a one-on-one basis, right? We're happy to do those anytime with me or with Ashley, and we have some of those recorded as well too, available on YouTube, which I'll drop in the chat here, no problem. But what I do want to be working on, and something that again I'm passionate about, is being able to provide these in a more training environment and in-person environment where we could also be able to have a conversation, have discussions, right? And we would love to definitely bring that to the table when that's available with you all. So that's something that we're developing right now. Again, we've done it in the past, but now we just want to create a format where it could be like a class, right? Like a training, like a series, so to say. So it's more tangible and it's more specific to what people are asking. We don't want to just say like the regular basic things I think that we all kind of know already, but I do want to get to the point where it's like a 102 series. Right now we're talking to a little bit more nitty gritty on some of the specific ODA details, right? Once you get in on contracts and things like that. So more in development, just to say, right? More in development. We're happy to meet one-on-one basis again to cover some of those bases. But we're definitely developing something a little bit bigger that could be more like of a series or something that we could bring like in a class setting. So more on that, but definitely thanks for bringing that up again, Nate. And we're something that always a top of mind for me at least. So always, again, feel free to send folks to me or to Elsa or to Joe, right? We're always happy to meet on a one-on-one basis because every firm's a little different, right? So we're happy to chat more.
Okay, yeah. I know y'all are accessible and I like the series idea, so we'll circle back with you. And I've already got some ideas on some trainings that we hear from our members a lot, especially with new clients. So we'll talk about that offline. But I see James, and I thought there was one other person who had their hand up. But James, go ahead.
No, I just want to thank ODOT for connecting with WashDOT and working hand in hand and getting and working on that I-5 bridge and thinking about things that could grow companies early on. You know, it takes a team, and I think you guys are knocking it out of the park. So thanks for that.
Yep.
Thank you. And
Please
thank
do.
you very much, Nate, for the time.
Of course, of course. Any last folks as I scan, because I know we have one announcement before I let y'all go. Because I know it's getting late and I'm keeping y'all away from food or walking your dog or whatever it might be. But I'm looking one more time. I'm gonna do a quick scan. Seeing none. All right. Is Tony Jones with us? Because I know he had to make an announcement. And if there's any other partner who wanted to make a quick announcement, please raise your hand. Because if I do not see Tony in the room, I am gonna call the meeting adjourned. But I am looking. I do not see Tony. Let me scan one last time for any partners or members who might have a quick update or announcement. Okay. Oh, okay, Sage. You've got the floor.
Yeah, appreciate it. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. I just wanted to give a quick update that we are going to be issuing a early procurement electrical equipment bid package here in the next week or two for the TriMet Powell garage upgrades project. So I'll drop the flyer in the chat for everybody to see that, but wanted to go ahead and get the word out there. The rest of the scopes on the project won't come out until 2027, so you'll hear more about that at the end of the year, but wanted to at least go ahead and flag this early procurement package that we'll be issuing here shortly.
All right, thank you for that information. And I
Yeah.
will not cut us off until you put it in the chat.
Yes, no, that is perfect. And kind of to double down with Skanska, we also have transitioned our pre-qualification process to trade tap. So 2 contractors with one pre-qual process, if that's a little bit more incentive for you guys.
I like it. I like it. Y'all can just consolidate all of them into
Yeah.
one, maybe 2. We'd all be good.
Oh, that would be awesome for us as well.
All right, one last scan. Okay, seeing nobody, I want to thank y'all and give y'all 4 minutes of your life back. But thank y'all for being here today. We want to see you at the family barbecue, the trade show, the next general meeting, and anything else you got going on. But please do follow up because, again, we set up these events for you all, not just because we want to keep ourselves busy. We like that, but we like even more connecting with you all and not just in a transactional fashion, but also a relational fashion. So, hope to see you
Can I
there.
say something?
And meeting adjourned. Thank
Hey,
y'all for
can I
coming.
say
Oh,
something?
go ahead, Joseph. Yep. Big Joe, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, when is y'all next barbecue meeting? Because I'm having some plans to come over there to Portland, Oregon to do some work up into the office.
July 25th. 1 to 4 p.m. If you email the team, Dana is
And they
right.
meet a whole lot of people.
Y'all right across from us. We got 200 plus people coming. But come
Yes.
on over across the hall to our office since y'all neighbors now, and we'll get you all
Yeah.
the details, Big Joe.
Okay.
All right, sound
July the
good.
25th?
July the 25th, 1 to 4.
Okay. I'll be there way before then. Looking forward to meeting everyone over there.
Absolutely.
Okay,
As we
because
know,
I got a
Dana,
lot
make sure
of
you
ideas.
there.
Yeah, because I got a lot of ideas I'd like to share with everyone over there and meet and greet all the constituents.
There you go. There you go. I like it. I like it. Well, y'all
Okay.
all have a good evening. I ain't gonna tie him up, Big Joe, but we'll see you soon. All right.
Holla.
Have a good
Hey,
one.
Nate.
Hey, Chris. Good to see you too, man.
I sent you something in your private inbox, so check it out.
Okay. Yep. Good to see you, man. We'll catch up soon. I'm
All right.
jumping off, y'all.